I have a loud, obnoxious laugh sometimes.
I love it.
It's like an explosion. It's like a barrel-y explosion sometimes. Welcome to episode 151.
Did we start?
I think we're started.
Oh,
we're
hi.
rolling. When the kids go to sleep. Roll the intro.
When the kids are counting sheep, when the kids go to sleep, dreams and memories. When the kids go to sleep.
Welcome to
Hi.
episode
Welcome.
151 of When the Kids Go to Sleep.
151.
They're at school. We lied.
Oh, man. They know now.
Okay, blah, blah, blah. Thumbs up this video. Download it on iTunes. Blah, 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 blah. Let's get right to the thing. Okay. I want to do a new thing.
What's the new thing?
I want to scroll through our Instagram and talk about people behind their backs.
That's fun. Who are we talking about first?
Steve Green and Nikki Limo.
Oh, I want to see.
They got engaged last
Oh,
night.
I see.
Whoop-de freaking do. Another happy couple.
That's awesome.
Good friends of ours.
They're
I love
fun.
Steve Green and Nikki Limo. They're comedians.
Mm-hmm. Comedians?
They say the funny. Listen to this comedy. He said, I asked Nikki Limo to marry me last night. She said, yes, but my Colts lost, so it was kind of a wash. Anyways, follow Steve Green and Nikki Limo. Two of our friends that we've met throughout the years. Would it be fun if we just like scrolled through? Look, Nerdy Nummies video.
Yeah, we just got her cookbook and Emmy is so excited.
Emmy had got her cookbook and our new vlog.
She's already asked me. She's like, can we make this? Can we make that? Can
Look,
we make unicorn
she's making
poop?
books. She's making books to promote her book.
You mean
That's
videos?
smart. No, well, she's making these little tiny like marshmallow books, graham cracker.
Oh,
They're like
that's
s'more
cute.
marshmallow books. Yeah.
She's so creative. I love it. She's so cool too. And she's super short.
Dude, I think that's the new girl Logan's.
Mm.
Hey, Kaylee posting the video.
Ooh, which one? I made her cheddar chowder the other day.
Dude, that was so good.
It's so good. You guys should go check out Hey Kaylee's cheddar chowder.
But listen, you might have the idea to have shredded cheddar cheese in a bowl, and then you're going to think, I'm going to put some of this cheddar cheese in the cheddar chowder.
You don't need to.
It's way too cheesy.
It's
like you're eating just melted cheese.
Well, I'll tell
and
you,
it's like in your beer.
it's not a low fat cheddar chowder. It's definitely full on fat. We're getting happy in eating cheddar chowder.
It was really good.
A lot of cheese whiz, a lot of butter, but it's awesome.
For Daxton's birthday. Daxton's 2 years old. Question. Do you think Daxton is more advanced for his age than the other kids? I think he is.
I think that depends on what do you mean by advanced. He is very agile.
Yes.
He's very
Physically,
agile.
he's more advanced. The only, I think, person that could, I mean, Avia was very daring, I guess, at that age because I was throwing her a lot. But Daxton is a fighter. Like he is keeping up with Brock in a lot of aspects when it comes to scooter riding, when it comes to sliding your foot to T-stop on the scooter, when it comes to wrestling. Like he just has to keep up because he has these older siblings and just like his facial expressions. Also too, I think there is an added benefit vlogging, for instance. I think it puts a microscope on your life. I think it helps you to see yourself. You're self-aware because you see the actions that you make, the way that you project your voice and
I
all
noticed
of
that with
that.
Brock for sure.
But our
He's more
kids
self-aware.
specifically and Daxton, because we take the pictures of them and then we show them that image right after we take the picture. And I think it will just make them better actors. Like Daxton's facial expressions sometimes, they're so expressive and you're like,
He goes,
where did he get that? And I feel like it's a direct correlation to he makes a face, we take the picture, and then you show him that. It's like this immediate feedback where when we were growing up, we would take a picture and then you don't see it till mom takes the film in 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
But because the kids are watching the vlogs, they're watching other kids in vlogs and kind of being like, oh, I don't know. It's like, I'm just thinking about like how they interact with this, this world that we live in now where they're seeing themselves. And to me, it makes Daxton advanced like communicationally, and I think just trying to keep up with Brock and his older siblings physically. He's just like he's the
I've
ultimate.
noticed he's well, I shouldn't say more reasonable, but he is more He's really hard right now, actually.
Yeah.
But he's easier to talk to, I guess. Like when I put him down for a nap or bedtime, like I'll just tell him, you're going to go to sleep now. And when you wake up, we're going to do this and this and that. And you actually started doing that with him. Like I am used to just putting kids in their crib, letting them cry for a minute, and then they go to sleep. And he wouldn't do that. He would just cry and cry. And then you would go in and talk to him and be like, Daxton, we're going to ride the motorcycle when you wake up. It's going to be fun. I love you. Good night. And then he's fine. And he goes to sleep.
Here's what I think you don't realize as a parent with kids that age. They understand a lot more than you think because they can't talk. And so you feel like, oh, this kid's an idiot. He doesn't understand what I'm saying. But they do. They understand because they hear you talk, and even just the intonation or the inflection in your voice, they're like, oh, okay. Like I think because I'll say things to him, full sentences, and he'll know what I'm talking about. He can't communicate back to me. But I'll be like, Daxton, put that down and go get in your car seat. And I'll say it a few times. Sometimes it makes me say it a few times, but he knows. He'll put the thing down and go climb in his car seat. I'm like, he understood me. Right. So it's like, I think just communicating with kids and just telling them what's, just so he knows. Yeah. Anyways, how did we get on that? I don't know.
I don't know. Wait with the question.
But it was a great Halloween, Daxton. Yes. We went trick-or-treating, and we went with all 5 kids trick-or-treating. I feel like we haven't. Did we not take Daxton?
No, Carly watched him.
He was at Carly's party.
He was over it. He already had so much candy when we were at the TRIXIN
Did he
store.
actually trick or treat this year? I don't think he did then. Did he do it in the mall? We're horrible parents. Daxton
no, but he didn't want to. He sat on the couch and watched a movie, and he was so happy.
Yeah, but the other 4 kids did, and they loved it. Brock especially. Mm-hmm. Running around in the neighborhood.
He loves it. I can't wait till next year because I feel like it was when Brock was 3. That was the funnest year, taking him trick-or-treating.
Yeah, Brock and Daxton will love it next year. I can't wait for Daxton's Christmas.
Oh,
I think watching Daxton this Christmas special is going to be awesome.
Yeah, for
or just him being a spoiled brat the entire time.
Well, if we can get a good night's rest good night's rest and good food, no sugar, he'll be fine.
That won't happen.
I can tell a huge difference. When he had sugar all day, he was
such a brat. Okay, so let's go to the Twitter now and ask some questions from the WTKGTS. Follow us on the tweets. Do both of you want another kid? Please answer my question. It'll mean so much, Holly. We'll answer that question. I said this to Colette the other day. I'm like, when we're all together, like it's me and Colette and the 5 kids, I'm like, is this everybody? Because when you have 5 kids, sometimes you have to do roll call. And you're like, where's Dad? Like we left Carly's party the other night. We're all getting in the car. I'm like, where's the baby? And then Jackson comes walking. He's like, I got Daxton. I'm like,
we noticed it before we drove off though.
That's good.
That's good, right?
We're missing
give
somebody.
Us some credit.
We're missing. Who are we missing?
We didn't realize we were
missing 1
until the car was super quiet. Then we're like, Daxton's gone.
No, we weren't even in the car yet. Like we were just loading in. I'm like, where's Daxton?
Where is
then
he?
Here comes. He was like in Carly's house still. Anyways, sometimes when we're all together as a family, I'll be like, is this everybody? And I'll be like, I feel like there's somebody else. So I feel like there's one more kid out there for us. We have thought about adopting.
Soon. I've always wanted 6 though. After I had Daxton, I'm like,
what do you mean?
Have one more.
You've always wanted. You've wanted 6 in the last 2 years
since I had Daxton. Like the moment I had Daxton, and I had him in my arms, I was like, "There's one more." I thought that, and I feel like I was meant to feel that way then because I don't feel that way right now. But that will encourage me to get to that point again.
Let's just adopt one, dude.
I'm not ready to have another one. Period.
All right.
It's too hard. Daxton's really challenging right now. Oh, make
What's
lunch. That? It's my make lunch alarm. I have to set myself alarm for those things.
Jackie says, why are you guys so perfect? Because we set alarms for ourselves.
We do set alarms for ourselves and write stuff down. That really helps.
Ronaldo, will there be a 2016 calendar? Yes, there will be. Mm-hmm. Check that out. Coming soon. We're taking pictures tomorrow and the next day for it. I'm hoping to get pictures before it snows because we want to get pictures for the calendar up here by this red barn. Yeah. And if there's 3 feet of snow, it's going to look not cool because we need like a fall look. Pretty. Yeah, we're going to do that.
I'm finding all the good questions.
How do you guys discipline? That's a good question. So specifically with Daxton right now, Colette was saying it's hard to reason with him now, because last night, here's a great example. Last night, we sat down for dinner. Daxon is 2 years old now, right? So it's like, at what point, and I even joked about this with the kids, because we all kind of just let Daxon get what he wants, right? Because he throws a fit and he screams and it's obnoxious, and you just sometimes just rather give him what he wants.
You just give it.
It's just like Brock has to a lot of times.
That's why the baby usually gets spoiled.
Because Daxon will want Brock's toy and he'll take it. And I'll be like, Brock, just let him have it, please. And it's not fair. It's not fair to Brock because it's his toy. He was playing with it. But just because this little 2-year-old is at the primeval, human situation where it's like, I don't care about anybody else in the world. I just want what I want. That's the terrible twos. When you kind of realize that you are a person in the world and that you have wants and desires and that you want those wants and desires. That's what Daxon's like now. He's like, I have a voice and it's going to be heard. And I don't care if I'm the smallest person in the room. You're all going to listen to me. And he's like that. And we're all like at his mercy sometimes. And I told the kids, I said, you guys, we're going to have to start standing up for ourselves one of these days, because we can't just let him get what he wants forever, because then he'll turn into a Hitler kind of guy. So you got to discipline. You got to, at one point, the clan, the collective group, it takes a village, has to say, no, bully, even though you're only 2 feet tall. You can't steal all of our toys and get away with it. We're not putting up with it anymore.
Right.
But because he's a baby and you can't really reason with him, you kind of let him get what he wants for a while. But he's 2 now and he can understand us and he's starting to take advantage of the system.
Right.
And so last night we sat down to dinner. A nice dinner. We were having ribs and a Caesar salad and nice vegetables. We're all sitting there at the table. Everybody's in a good mood. Daxon comes over. He's in a good mood. We sit down. He didn't like what we gave him. That's why he was pissed. Yeah. We put the food in front of him and he was mad.
He didn't
He's
want salad.
Crying and screaming, looking like, no! Colette hands him his fork and he takes his fork and just chucks it on the ground. And that's when I'm like, no! I gave him that big old bellowy dad voice, and he's like, and looks at me, and then he goes, and starts, I'm like, oh, jeez. So I'm like, Daxon, stop. And I try to take his face in my hands. I'm like, Daxon, stop crying. It's okay. And we're all there looking at him, and he throws another fit. He grabs and chucks something else. I'm like, okay, I'm take him to his room. And I gave him a little pat on the bum, not hard, but no, Daxon. And he knew he's in trouble. And he laid on the carpet and he threw a little fit like he does. And he's kicking his feet. And finally stopped, and I'm just staring at him. I'm like, are you done? And I sat him on the chair. I'm like, listen. And I'm wiping his tears away. And he's like, and he's crying. He's freaking out. I'm like, we're going to go back in there. We're going to eat the food. And then we're going to watch a movie. And just I explained to him, we have to eat dinner. And you can't act like that. And I hug him because we believe, you have to show some sternness. You have to say, no, you can't do that. You show the discipline.
You can't let him walk all over you.
And then you have to show an increase of love. Then it's it's okay that you messed up and that you threw your fork like a little jerk would do, but it's okay. We love you. We understand. You're only 2. You're figuring it out. So I brought him back in and he was happy, and we set him down and he didn't want the ribs anymore. So then, because he's in charge, we fixed him a different sandwich. So he'll eat.
That's my goal though as a mom, is you can't have 5 kids and have every kid want to have their own order. You have to just fix one thing. Whatever you're eating is what everybody eats. If they don't like it, sorry.
But in the next year to year and a half, Daxton will have to fall in line with the other kids, and we will then be able to reason with him. This is what's for dinner. This is what we're eating. If you don't like it, you cannot eat it, but then you're going to bed hungry.
Right.
That kind of thing. Because we're not going to make 6 different courses for you spoiled brats. This is the food. Eat it.
True.
So
it's good food.
That's how we discipline. But we don't vlog that much.
We do our best.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the underlining, is sometimes you do have to be stern with them, but always make sure that you tell them you love them and show that increase of love.
And
afterwards.
I did not spank Daxton. It was he knew that what he did was wrong, and he got 3 or 4 chances at the dinner table where we gave him his fork back, Daxton, no, stop. Quit crying. And even the kids chime in, Gavin and Avia, Daxton, it's okay. And they're little parents, It's we're all, part of. Then what did he say too? Oh yeah, we're all cleaning up afterwards. We're all washing the dishes and stuff. And I'm like, Brock, Daxton, come in here. You need to pick up your toys. And then I'm like, Daxton, are you helping? And he goes, no.
Nope.
And then we all just start cracking up. All the kids, we're all just
At
laughing.
least he's honest.
Yeah, I'm like, well, at least you're honest. Because
That's
Brock's
really funny.
picking up his toys, and anyways, so yeah, it's a family affair. You know what I mean? Like when I'm like joking around about child labor, it's like it's hard to have 5 kids. You know, we have 7 people, 3 dogs, and 6 cats. Things get messy, and if everybody doesn't chip in, then it's gonna be crappy, right? So like everybody has to help. Everybody has to pick up after themselves. Do your dishes, clean your room, take out the trash. You live here too, help out. That's the situation.
And it works really well.
Yeah.
And we have a good time helping together.
And it's not like it's like
Turn on
slave
some
labor.
music.
Yeah, we have music playlists. We turn on music and we're dancing and singing in the kitchen, but we're cleaning and we're working.
Yep. Sometimes we'll have like, okay, the next 5 songs we all have to spend working in the kitchen.
And that's
then
what
it gets
is.
done fast.
Yeah, we like 20 minutes, everybody helps. We're going to listen to these songs, dance, and work. And in 20 minutes, the kitchen will be clean. And then we can all relax together.
It's very nice. More questions?
What is this? Waiting 6 years to hear the junior high basketball story from the Put Your Pants On video. Will it ever happen? What was that about?
The basketball story
Junior high basketball story. I'll have to
from you or from me?
Put your pants on. Probably from me. It's probably from a video where I said, remind me to tell you about this one day. And I never did. I'm going to go look up the
We're
video.
going to have to think of that.
I'm trying to think why I wouldn't want to. Oh, it's you.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so school is here.
What's this about? Do you know?
Okay, so this video was on my channel. It was basically a video that I started and the kids just kept interrupting me, and that's what it turned into. Instead of me like talking about something, it turned into the kids interrupting me the whole time. So
All right.
So it was just a story from when I was in junior high. I did the little, youth basketball league, and I was a nerd. Like I had really big glasses, and I was afraid of catching the ball because I didn't want them to hit my glasses because they were expensive, and if I didn't have them and they were broken, then I couldn't see anything. So I was super terrified of balls, basketballs, anything that I had to catch with my hands. And you know how I am with catching. I'm working on it. I'm getting better, guys. Come on. Anyway, so I was afraid and I didn't really get the ball very often. And the times that I did, it was like I would get the ball and I'd hurry and throw it to somebody else because I was just afraid of the ball. So I got the ball one day and I was determined and I dribbled that ball down the court and I shot the basket and I made the layup and I was so pumped and I turned around and everyone was looking at me like, what the heck did you just do? And I made a basket for the other team.
In the wrong hoop.
In the wrong hoop. And that's the story. That's what happened. And that's my last year
I feel like you've
of
told that
basketball.
story though.
I think I have.
Yeah.
But somebody must have.
I feel like there's
not
another
seen the
story
next-
too. Anyways, that was that. It's funny to see you 7 years ago making that video. Remember that house?
Yeah.
People would always ask us why we left our front door open because they're in that house. It was on Mars Street. Remember that? There was these bushes around the yard that was like a big 8-foot bush fence.
Yeah.
And it was
So
right
your
by
front
the
yard
ocean.
Was super secluded.
Yeah, like nobody could get in our front yard. So we'd leave the front door open all the time.
And there's no AC. You
Yeah.
just get the ocean breeze.
Dude, I
so we
miss
would
that
leave
house.
the front door open to get the ocean breeze. And it was a 2-bedroom. All the 3 kids that we had at the time shared one mattress in that one bedroom. Do you remember that?
Yep. 3
Those were the
kids,
days.
1 mattress. Daniel R. Radley says, are you guys really as happy as you seem on the videos? Nothing seems to ever get you down. How do you do it?
I don't know. Do we seem happy to you? I don't know.
Is that your go-to? We fight. We have our stuff. I think we're 80% always happy. I don't know if you can give a percentage on it, but I think people really do. Like they want to get behind the scenes. They're like,
They want to know
They can't.
what do they find.
Yeah, what's the real? They really want to see that. And I guess we don't purposely always show that
Yeah.
because we feel like there's enough negativity in the world. And, we don't also want to just be judged for our weaknesses too.
Right.
But, I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
we're normal like everyone else.
I genuinely do like my life.
But I'm happy overall.
I feel like you can't, that's the other thing too is, I heard this recently. People today, their BS meters are very finely tuned.
Right.
I think people can read through, and I hope that after 7 years of videos, of almost daily videos, and 151 30-minute podcasts and like, you know, countless live shows and tweets. It's like,
Yeah.
I feel like you have a pretty good idea of who we are, right? Like
Right.
it would be it would be impossible to have made all of the content that we've made and have been
And
faking
not really
it the whole time.
know who we are, I guess.
It's like, how exhausting would that be?
Yeah.
to have had made all of this stuff and been lying about it all
Right.
and just saying it. You know, it's like the only way that we could have made 7 years of videos and all these podcasts and shows is if we really genuinely believed and stood behind the things that we say and feel. So yeah, we are who we say we are. And I guess the biggest point of that is we are very seriously working every day to become the people that we want to be perceived as and as we say we are. And I think that is the goal of this earth life, is to become the person you say you are, or become the person that you portray yourself as on social media. Right? Like,
because everyone wants to,
Yeah,
everyone puts herself
the best
foot
selves
forward.
Obviously. Yeah. You
on
want
social
people
media.
to think you're cool and awesome and happy and rich and beautiful and successful, right? Like, we put all that crap first. Facebook, you read it, you see it. All the best things. Hanging out here, feel so blessed. You see it. I do it. We all do it, right? Like, so lucky to have such a great opportunity. It's like, what you're saying is like, look what I did. I'm a good person, right? Because we all want to be valued. And so I think the goal is to try to like really be those people that we try to like say we are, you know? So yeah, we do stupid things.
I mean, everyone does. Everyone has conflict. But I think I heard this recently actually from Casey, not Casey, cousin Casey. She said to focus on the positive. Don't focus on your conflicts. Because if you're focusing on your conflict, that's what's going to be the biggest thing in front of you.
That's true. Yeah.
And so like, yeah, we have things that come up, but if we're focusing on those, then they become big things. But if we are genuinely working and striving to overcome our weaknesses and our, you know, arguments or whatever it is, then we're going to be able to overcome them and see the bigger picture and see the positivity and the good things that are before us. Right?
You are what you think about. That's like one of the very first books I would ever recommend anybody. As a Man Thinketh by Come Not By.
I don't remember. I was actually looking for it the other day and I couldn't find it.
I'm going to come up with an official book list. As a Man Thinketh.
They're really good.
How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale R. Carnegie. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Robert Kiyosaki's Think Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Dave Ramsey. There's like 10 books that are like the foundational books that I use to like base my business life and like just how to like deal with people. I guess the first book and the first practice that you should, which is really the only you need to me, is just the life of Christ. Like all of the principles and attributes that you find in the teachings of Jesus is the answers, you know, like humility, faith, patience, temperance, like just love, charity, like all those things that like those are the things first. But then like if you want to like buy a book at Barnes and Noble, I'd get those books. And then I got one coming out too with Gavin. But I need to put an official book list together. I do. I'm going to think of like the 10 books that I have and have read and that I would say, go buy these 10 books and read these books and understand these concepts and then reread these books and then start, you know, putting these principles in your life and in your business. And they will change your life. Totally.
Life-changing books.
Yeah. I mean, those 10 books they're like, you would consider like scriptures to me, you know, like you go back to the scriptures to find hope and Christ. And like, you know, they're like these staples, like these things that you can hold on to. But like, there's certain books like, to me, like How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's a horrible title because it's like, oh, it
sounds really like, I'm going to win some friends.
Yeah, like what
and influence you.
Cheap way. It almost sounds like the book title is like a cheap way to get people to like you. But the whole book is the opposite. The whole book is saying you should really like people. You should really invest in people and know people's names and listen to people. He talks about you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen more. Like they're great principles. I just wish and maybe that's why the book is titled that way.
Because it makes you go, what?
Because you're like, that's a stupid, like, ugh. And maybe like for people that like, that sounds too easy. Like that's like how to win friends and influence people. Like, yeah, I want to be able to do that. But then when you read the book, like there's some real good, solid principles in there that are from like
some gems
from people who created America, you know, like the Industrial Revolution, like principles from like Henry Ford, like these kind of people that, you know, the guy that wrote this book knew these men. So anyways, I'm going to come up with that book list. We'll talk about that next time on
idea.
episode 152. I think next episode 152 will be, because then we'll be able to launch our new book cover. We're going to show you guys the new book cover. So next episode is going to be, oh man.
Suspense.
It's going to be a book
Can't
episode.
Stop there.
And I'm going to have my list of 10 books that I think you should get and use and promote our other book. Just swallowed that in the wrong throat.
In the wrong throat.
Is it contagious? Did you catch the cough? All right, guys. We're out of here. Thanks for joining us on When the Kids Go to Sleep.
Remember to focus on the positive. You can do it.
Yeah, but there's a lot of crappy stuff that's going on, too.
I know. Dang it. I guess we should all just stop.
I got the pneumonia.
We'll stay up, just you and I, and we'll talk about our pretty life when the kids go to sleep.